Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It must be Newsbenders season 2025. In this age where it's hard to get anyone's attention, this is the script tonight. 2 Idaho firefighters killed in ambush while fighting fire in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho by sniper. And as soon as I heard this, I said, didn't Ruby Ridge happen 33 years ago? Because just a couple weeks ago, they were paying tribute to the 92 riots in LA that came from the acquittal of the officers who beat Rodney King on 3-3. They also tried to start another race war this year with Carmelo Anthony on the day that Carmelo Anthony from the NBA was nominated for the Hall of Fame. Remember, they did that on Rodney King's birthday, April 2nd, old 42. But anyway, yeah, it's been 33 years since the Ruby Ridge shootings happened in Idaho. And look how this lines up, you guys. This supposed incident that happened, and yeah, they just found the shooter and he offed himself. What else is new with these psyops? But look at this. Today, June 29th, to the anniversary of the start of Ruby Ridge, August 21st, is 53 days. And what's Ruby Ridge equal in Gematria? Well, it equals 53. And the governor of Idaho is weighed in 134 days after his birthday. And what's Ruby Ridge equal? Yes, it also equals 134 if you're new here. The way you get these values is based on the alphabetic order, turning letters into numbers. Again, I learned about this from the 1926 book, The Secret Teachings of All Ages. There are 4 base ciphers of the English language. The alphabetic order, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26. The reverse alphabetic order, Z is 1, back to A is 26. And both orders with numerology applied. What you're looking at here is the reverse alphabetic order. That's where Ruby Ridge is 134. And the reverse alphabetic order with numerology, that's where Ruby Ridge is 53. But yeah, 53 days from the anniversary, 134 days after the governor's birthday. If you're new here, I've been showing these same types of patterns with pretty much every mass shooting you've heard of in the last 12 years, and even before that. But I learned about this August of 2013, been documented in the news ever since. It's always synced up with the governor when these shootings happen in the state. It's almost always a tribute to history. Again, we're being mocked, you guys, and the authorities need these stories because this is how they justify their crazy police expenditures, military expenditures. They have to keep creating this idea there's just crazy people out there, and that's why you need the state to protect you from these crazy people. The reality is even the craziest of the craziest person on earth would not shoot firefighters. I mean, it's just completely ridiculous. It's so obvious, the state, and I just can't wait until they put out, probably the if it's not a fake persona, it's probably some former military under MK Ultra, but yeah, I'm sure they'll come out with his manifesto and how much he hated the government, and he was considering shooting up an elementary school or a movie theater, but instead he chose the firefighters. Always these government-hating conspiracy types that targeted everybody, but, well, I guess in this case, shooting firefighters, I guess that's sort of government, but, I mean, who has it out for firefighters? As for, I almost forgot. In light of it being 134 days after the governor's birthday, look how old the state of Idaho is. It's 134 years old right now. It's going to turn 135 in a few days, but it's at the tail end of being 134 years old as they do this ritual 134 days after the governor's birthday. And I guarantee you nobody elected him. All of these people that are in these high positions are chosen. You going out and voting in their rigged selections are doing just that, voting in a rigged selection, validating their lies. That's why the chessboard's set so perfectly. But anyway, yeah, 33 years. Again, you got to learn the 33 code. This nation was brought to you by a bunch of 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemasons when Freemasonry is based in Kabbalah, which is where this whole thing of letters and numbers comes from. Gematria is a practice within Kabbalah. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. But yeah, 33 years later, FF, it's 33 like police. Getting the Fraternal Order of Police is totally Masonic. Federal, Washington, D.C. is known as the Masonic City. Federal Masonry Secrecy Order, they're all 33. There could be a little KKK joke in here. KKK is also 33. Coeur d'Alene's known historically for where the white supremacists hang out, which is kind of too bad because if you've never been to Coeur d'Alene, it's probably one of the most beautiful places in the whole country. People would say that's God's country, Coeur d'Alene, Wyoming. Beautiful, beautiful places. But, yeah, just another Just another mainstream psychological paying tribute to history. And don't forget, out of Ruby Ridge came Waco with 33-year-old David Koresh. And then out of Waco came OKC, where the state put Timothy McVeigh to death at 33, 3 months before 3 structures were hit with 3 planes, 33 years after construction began on those big towers in New York, where construction began in 68. But yeah, this one's just too easy. We better think about what else happened in 92. What were the other big stories in 92 besides the L.A. riots and Ruby Ridge? What else could they pay tribute to 33 years later that was like what happened in 92? If you think about it, you'll be ahead of the curve. Until next time.